And so that's the hard part of a lead. And the advantage of using CRM plus automations is that you can spend your time working on the ones that are ready to engage. And the hard part of getting them in touch with you is over with. And this is going to become exponentially more important over the next 4 years. Why?
It's the end of the baby boomers. And
Yes.
the next starts coming.
We're transitioning to Generation X. And if you want to talk about fucking antisocial, this whole generation is a generation of people that are forgotten. They're the first latchkey generation. Everybody know what a latchkey is?
Many kids that don't know what a keyword is.
Well, basically, like it was my parent. When I was a kid, I'm talking like fucking 7 years old, I'd be at home all day fucking alone with my 5-year-old brother. Because my 18-year-old sister was watching us fucking from the basement while she fucking talked on the phone. So we were what I call free-range chickens. Okay, and so I'm in that weird middle area. 1981 was when I was born, and so I got the old school stuff. I played in the stick with the mud. We had no fucking locked out of the house. Tell you believe this or not, when I was a kid, my dad would say, "Get the fuck out of here," and as soon as the door closed, it was click. Don't come back till the sun does.
We weren't allowed in the house either. I remember that.
It's like shit.
It's like a big part of my childhood.
So you go outside, you sit outside, like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Until lights came on. Yeah. Don't go out of calling distance.
Now, why was that effective?
My mom just yelled.
It's a safer time.
It wasn't effective, you guys. It's what people had to do because what happened was America changed and no longer could most people have a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
Because if we all were given the choice, do you want your kids to be raised by you or somebody that doesn't love your kid? It's like a no-brainer for all of us if we can get away with it. And so that's what we're gonna, now we're dealing with those kids. Those kids are about to turn 65 now. So if you were born in 1960, what year did you graduate? 78, which means you went to high school from 1975 to 1978. And so if I know that about somebody, what should I start doing now to get ready? You should start absorbing everything you can about 1970s and early 80s culture because that's when they came to be. That's when they found their identity. That's when they found who they are. And that's how you're going to get back to their fucking heart when it comes to marketing. Like right now, what have I been doing for the last 10 years? I've been talking about handwritten notes. I've been talking about door knocking. I've been talking about handshakes. I've been talking about face-to-face. Because that's what this generation of the baby boomers appreciate. They appreciate the handshake. They appreciate the handwritten note. They appreciate the human touch. Because back then, that's all there fucking was. When I was a kid, like I had to fucking call my friend's house over and over again, harassing him to figure out when he's home. I didn't know when they were gonna be home. So it was a fucking guess and check. So I guessed every 5 fucking minutes. I get shit done. I always have. My dad hated it. When we were kids, I thought he was going to kill me a couple of times, but I was so confident in the pocket, even as a little kid, like Jacob's age. Jacob's just like me. But I would sit there and he would say no. And I would fucking ask over and over. I would hit him off every 5 seconds with, can I? And he would either do one or two things at the end. He would fucking explode and tell me, get the fuck out of here and let me go do what I wanted to do, or he'd whoop my ass. But it was like seven out of 10 times he'd let me go. And to me, it was worth the risk trading off 3 ass whoopings for 7 I get to do what I want. The risk-reward equation. And some people are willing to take a risk. I've always been willing to take a risk, which is why I'm an entrepreneur. Always. I'm willing to risk it all right now. Like on the drop of a hat. Knowing that I have a chance of winning. Because when I see a chance of winning, I never even think about losing. It never even occurs to me that I could lose. And it's that undying confidence, it's that unwavering consistency that makes me do whatever I have to do to win. And most people that don't win, that's all they do. They quit when it gets tough. That's the only difference between a champion and basic is the champions push through the pain, champions push through the wall, champions push through the stop, and average people stop. And they use that as the reason they couldn't win. If my knee hadn't have blown out, or if I this, or I whatever, blah, 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 blah. Instead, it should be despite the fact that I fucked my knee up, despite the fact that I had a flat tire, despite that, I still kicked ass. That's why my mantra is, all things being equal, I'm whooping your ass. All things being not equal, I'm still whooping your ass. Because I'm going to make it to where it's not equal to me. Like the advantage me. How do I do that? I just learn what you're doing and do it better. So if you want to win, just take this shit. What does this screen teach you today? Everybody going to take a picture of this and take it home? No, because it's just a concept. But the real nitty gritty is going to happen tomorrow and Wednesday. So today I'm making you aware, Facebook ads exist. And when you hire a company to do it, it's kind of like sending your kid to the daycare. They don't love them. They don't love your business like I do. They're not going to give the same effort, the same passion. They're not going to run the ads like it's their business. And they honestly don't care about the result. They'll say they do, but at the end, if it doesn't work, what do they say? No refund. Sorry, buddy. We couldn't control the variables. Well, of course. What an amazing thing to be able to get paid whether you win or not. That's every fucking 10 W4 job there is. Right? And is that the majority or the minority? So knowing that that's the majority, you now need to cycle through and start planning. What can I do to get the last few edges of the baby boomers? How can I incorporate handwritten notes? How can I incorporate thank yous? Like the first day, this is funny. On April 1st, I was on an in-force appointment. And I get to the lady's house. My appointment's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I get there, and she goes, oh, everything. It was literally like a 3-minute fucking meeting. Because I automated my in-force shit. And I forgot about it. So there I was in an in-force appointment, and she's like, well, I think we're already done. I go, what? She goes, I got you the email you sent me this morning, and I already clicked on all the stuff, and I've already registered for Silver Sneakers, I've already registered for my portal, and I got the voicemail. I got you called me this morning, I got your voicemail. I looked her dead in the eye and I go, I didn't fucking call you. And so then I go, get your phone. I go, because I thought it was some other fucking person pretending to be me or some shit. So I'm sitting there listening to my own fucking voicemail, and like 12 words into it, I'm like, oh fuck, that's the automation. Because I went through and I pre-recorded voicemails to be dropped on the first day of their coverage, welcoming them to their coverage. Now the automation fucked up and said, welcome to your ClearSpring plan, and she was on that now, and she was like, but I didn't give a shit. She literally said that. She goes, I didn't give a shit that you said the wrong company. I was like, oh shit. And in that moment I was like, oh fuck, the potential of these automations. Because now, all this, literally, you guys, I've been spending, where I go on the appointment, and then 3 months later, or whatever, I go back again for another appointment. So now I'm spending twice as much time as everybody else, but I'm doing that knowing that I get that 1% difference, where they are more sticky to me. But now I can do the same thing without fucking going. For most of them. Now, there's going to be some of them who are like, fuck that, I don't get the email, I didn't open it, I don't look, I don't, fine. Then I only have to go back on like 10% of them. And now because think about it. If you guys did 450 applications in AEP, how many in-force appointments is that in January and February? Like literally what was happening is I was spending the whole fucking OEP going back on in-force appointments. And so where's time for growth there? I thought I was being awesome and I was maximizing gross in AEP, and then I was cutting my leg off for OEP. And so now this year was the first year where I got to focus on both. Because automations, when done properly, and that's what I'm going to show you, the cool part is I'm not just going to say, hey, automations work. I'm going to show you how they work. And then it's up to you to fucking practice. You have to practice automations. You have to go in there and click shit. You have to fuck it up sometimes. So first thing I'm going to teach you is how to clone one that's working so you don't fuck up the one that's working. You just fuck up the broken one. This is fine, okay? But that's all I did. Go ahead and ask me. Joshua, did you take an automations class? Joshua, did you take a class on how to do all this shit? The answer is fucking no. I didn't even watch one of their goddamn how-to videos. My whole life, you know what I do? I play and fucking explore. I'm a kid. So I play with it. I take it apart. I click on shit. Just go to the website. Start clicking on shit. What do you think, you're going to crash their server? Just click on shit. See what it does. Like, God forbid you know what the consumer has to go through. Like, it blows my mind when I talk to an agent. You don't know how to help somebody sign up for Part A and Part B? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, I don't know how to do it. Click the goddamn buttons. Apply for yourself. Apply for your mom. Fucking find somebody that'll let you apply for them so you learn how to do it.